I like the other one last time.
You tried.
Excuse you? Mr. Popular.
The Rewind Guys.
I'm the sheriff.
I'm their doctor.
Yeah, well, if it turns out what they need is penicillin, I'll call you.
Welcome to this week's episode of The Rewind Guys, the show where we talk about movies. This week, the only thing crazier than the people in this movie are the people who haven't seen it. Why is that funny, Lydia?
I don't know. I just like the things you come up with. And that one,
You're the only one.
wasn't great, but that's all right. I like the other one last time.
You tried.
Excuse you?
Mike, this was your pick, and I feel like it's a bit of a panic pick because you couldn't find the one you wanted.
Yeah, maybe. The fact that I couldn't find the movie I wanted in English led me to picking this movie that I just happened to see on Tubi, but, you know.
And I was excited for this in the beginning because, like, I'm like, oh, man, home invasion movies, they, like, really creep me out. Like, more so than any horror movie. And then I realized I was thinking of...
The Strangers.
Yes, not the Crazies.
I almost picked The Strangers. I actually found out it was on something.
Oh, interesting. Who here...
What about the Strangies?
The Strange.
Who here has seen this movie before?
I have.
I didn't
few
realize
times.
I have.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen parts, maybe like on TV or someone else was watching it, because certain parts I'm like, oh, I know what happens, but I've never seen this movie before.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, it is kind of like a little bit of a cliche movie, but also I feel like there's a made-for-TV version that cuts like a half hour of this movie out. And that's what I've seen.
Yeah, I did not think I seen this, but there were like a couple of scenes I'm like, this is kind of familiar. And then when it was getting more to the end, I'm like, no, I've seen this before.
There's a big plane, Russ.
Why is that?
Because we're right on top of it.
The only real actor worth noting is Timothy Olyphant.
No, he's the main guy,
He
right?
is the main guy.
Really?
He's the sheriff, yeah.
I'm not a big fan of him, really.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
I
I
just
thought,
think his
I thought
acting's not
of
very
everybody
good.
in the movie, his acting was the worst. I'm not saying
Really?
it's necessarily bad. It was just like he should not have been the main character.
Well, the only other one that I did write down just because was the supporting, which is it pronounced Radha Mitchell?
Rada.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, Timothy Olyphant is really the only big name in this movie. I didn't think he was that
What has he
bad.
done before?
I have no idea.
Oh.
What? He's awful.
He's the big name. I'm curious if he's
No,
done
he
anything I
is,
know.
but like he's been in like I feel like I just kind of see him around. I feel like Timothy gets around, you know? I don't know if he's been in anything like super major title or anything, but like I don't know, it's Timothy. I've seen him places.
Tim.
Good old Tim. So, this movie had a budget of $20 million
Wow.
and made $55 million. Success.
Yeah.
What? No, that's good.
No, I know.
Yeah.
They over doubled.
Good.
Your voice, your way of talking, it's humorous.
They were laughing at you.
You know, that makes
Usually.
sense. Okay, am I the only one who thinks this?
Probably. You haven't told us yet.
I am. Yes. No. Okay. Does this seem okay? Not like $20 million is like a lot, but does this seem like a $20 million movie?
No.
No.
Nah.
It's like Farm Field.
Yeah, it's farm, and then like some makeup on people running around.
In a gas station.
Yes. I don't know. It just
A really cheesy like explosion at the end, which
Well-
I felt was just.
It was like $15 million in CG for those 2 CG scenes.
well. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Okay. I guess in favor of the movie, they probably needed like a butt ton of permits. And I don't know how much that stuff costs. Then they did
How many
have
permits do you need to film in a farm? Don't you just need like the farmer's permission?
Yeah, go do it.
Yeah, I
There's
don't
a greedy
know.
farmer.
But I mean, like they used like little towns.
They
and
blew up a lot of
stuff.
cars.
Yeah, there were a lot of
Yeah,
explosions.
yeah.
There's some practical effects with the makeup and things, and I still don't know if I see 20 million, but you know, it doesn't matter. They made their money. They made their money and then some. Can we talk about first impressions? Now, again, I don't really remember this. Not my first time, but I liked how this movie opened up. Right? Like the
Everything burning.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. Actually.
After that point,
Yes.
It's like, the actual
Yes.
opening skips that. That's the
Yeah.
opening I like.
the
Yeah.
second opening.
Well, I like how
Yes.
they try
The
to
second
grab
coming.
you. They try to grab you with all the fire and stuff, and that's like 2 days early.
That's a weird, attempt too, because that's like a TV show thing. This is a movie. You're already here. You're already sitting down to watch this.
Yeah,
Why do
but
they need
it's
to
like
grab
really
you?
like bring you in. It's like now you're like, oh my god, how did we get like
well, yeah,
to this in
and
2
it's only
days?
2 days. It's like, we were just playing baseball and now everyone's dead.
I love how fire equals chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I
people go
mean-
crazy, and there's just like everything's on fire. Everything. They're like little tiny miniature fires throughout the street. I don't even know how that's happening.
Well, I mean, if you look at the way people went crazy, it was probably just some dude who's like, I like fire. Starts fire like
Yeah,
randomly.
that's true.
Maybe. But no, I liked it. It really did set up a really good mood, right? Like I thought I was there. I was in like this.
He was on fire.
No, I'm talking about the establishing shots of like the farms and like all these like, country bumpkins, and the song "We'll Meet Again" was playing. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
And I have to say, it starts off really good. Like they do not keep you waiting.
It was good, but it's just like since the very first time you see the sheriff guy, he's just got like this. Something's gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
I just know it.
Yeah, he.
Like the door closes and he's like,
Suspicious.
"Hey guys."
Yeah, maybe he did jump to conclusions with things right off the bat.
That's actually one of the problems I had with the movie was it just went really fast, but it was really the plot went really fast, but it was a really slow movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't mind the pacing. I thought it went really smooth. Here's the thing:
It went from like
it went quick, but
before
like,
they even
it
found the
wasn't forced.
plane. Like all of a sudden they found this plane, and they're like, we need to shut off all the water to like there's just chaos.
Yes.
There's,
Yeah,
like,
I thought
and,
that
like,
was
two-
also kind of weird.
It felt almost rushed. I don't know.
I don't know if I necessarily thought it was rushed.
I didn't
but
think it was too rushed.
I can
mean,
see
everyone went at different times, and
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, you never knew exactly when people were going to get you.
That's
You know?
true.
I did kind of think it was a little bit quick, his jumping to conclusions. He's like, found a plane. This guy was on the field with a gun. Poisoned water.
Yeah, that's kind of was my problem. Was like, how did he get to?
I mean, it's a hunch, but let's slow
Like,
down a minute.
Rory, don't act like that.
He went there with the idea that something was affecting the drinking water, is what it felt like.
Yeah.
And then it's like that was the conclusion he formed. He's like, man, there's a crazy guy on my field. Clearly, drinking water's poisoned. I'm gonna go find something in the lake.
Okay, so here's the deal. You guys have kind of a similar opinion with this as I do a couple of other things. Because I got notes. I got lots of notes. Look at all
Wow.
these notes. Tons
No
of
way.
writing. Tons of writing. Okay.
I got no notes.
Oh, that's okay. I got enough for all of us. No. Leave it alone. No, there's some things in this movie.
Really?
There's some things that don't make sense.
No.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, like,
Look crazy.
I know.
okay, I want to talk about the good things first. I feel like
Can we talk about like the first weird thing that happened though? Because we're gonna get past it really quick here.
Okay, what?
After he shot the guy, and he's at the funeral home, and he's talking to the wife, she's like accusing him of, it's like, oh, you're gonna say you shot the town drunk, and she slaps him. Did anyone else notice how weird that slap was? I literally wanted to watch that like 3 times.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was weird.
It was because like it was like I don't know. She was like, oh, and she goes, boom, and it's the loudest slap sound in the world, and he's just like,
Telling people you had to do it. Had to shoot the town drunk.
I also like how she was more concerned about him, like, saying that he was drunk when he hasn't been drunk in years, but she's not concerned that he was there with a shotgun gonna kill everybody.
Yeah. Well,
Like, isn't
oh
that
no,
strange?
I mean 2 people.
she'd rather him be crazy than drunk.
Yeah, I mean,
I think her thing is like, listen, he's already dead. Spreading some stories about him, even if they're true, what does it matter now?
Well, I
Leave
mean,
it alone.
especially if you think about like the way small towns work, that's gonna just shit on his kid for the rest of the
Yeah.
kid's life.
That's exactly what I want to do.
Some things that are happening in this movie, I'm like, wait, okay, I get that this is not my lifestyle. And maybe you're a little bit more comfortable with these things, but I mean, I don't know if people would do this. Okay. The second guy that's going crazy, like, he goes to see the doctor wife lady, and then, you know, he goes home, and he's the one who was the dad who had the knife, right? And then they hide in, like, the closet and stuff.
yeah.
Okay, so the wife at one point was getting all like, "What are you doing?" Because he's got this big like.
Oh god, I know where you're going with this.
What are you doing?
It's a combine harvester. I had to look up what
Okay,
these
yeah.
things were.
The
These are
scene
creepy.
bothered me because first off, like those things terrify me to begin with.
Yes.
And maybe like you said, maybe they're just used to it. But she walks right in front of it.
I know. She's like, "Are you in there?" Climbing on like the fucking spinning thing.
I don't want to watch.
Maybe he doesn't see me. I'll stand in front of this machine.
I know, and I'm like, why? This thing is so deathly looking, and she's just like within like a foot of this thing. Like, what are you doing in there? And I'm like,
Yeah, and he's
no.
already acting really weird all day, you know? And I'm
Yes.
Like, no.
Even if somebody is normal and gets into their car and I'm trying to get their attention, I'm not gonna stand in front of it.
Yeah, no, I'm like, that's kind of an odd choice, but okay, I kind of look past it.
Maybe
I'm
she's
not.
a little slow. You know, she's kind of like.
She's gonna become a pilot, you know. So, anyway, then I was shocked at the next scene because we don't see it, but they kill a kid. He burned the house with the wife and the
Yeah.
kid in there, and,
Yeah.
and it's something that doesn't happen often.
I think that this whole fire, hiding in the closet scene, with this guy was one of the best scenes in the movie. I was like on the edge of my seat.
Invested in it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh god. Oh, he's locked him in there. Oh, he's in my fire. Woo!
He's got like a foam finger.
I like fire.
No, see, that's the thing though.
So if
Like,
Russell went crazy, fire would be the first thing he goes to.
this does have some suspenseful moments.
That was
Yeah.
one of them.
You
for
know,
me.
there's one I absolutely hate. Can't wait to talk about it. But the scene, okay, I'm sorry that they jumped to conclusions rather quickly, but I do love the shot, the aerial shot where like they find the plane in the water and it pulls back and you just see this gigantic plane in this like little like swampy
I was
lake.
wondering-
That's really awesome.
So like that pilot had to have known he was going down for a while because those planes don't really like have ejector style seats,
Okay,
which is what the pilot was in.
was he?
I mean, he had like a parachute and he was stuck in a sitting position, so I'm assuming he was in a seat.
Can
I
you guys
don't know.
confirm?
I missed
Because
that.
I just thought it was him.
So it's like I'm just assuming like this pilot knew he was crashing and went to like one of the side doors and jumped out. Is what they're trying to say
Okay.
because it's just not the type of plane that has ejectors or anything. So I thought that was really weird.
Now, I don't live in the middle of like nowhere, but
That a giant plane like that going down.
yeah, like nobody.
Well, no, the one guy saw it. He's just full of shit.
Yeah, the one guy was like, oh, something happened. And I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Shut up, Dale.
But, like, no one else heard that? I mean, it's a giant
I
plane.
guess maybe one
Oh.
person would have noticed.
Oh.
Like, yeah, maybe. Okay.
I can't wait to talk about sound. Sound makes no sense in this movie. It makes 0 sense. Okay? You know what?
How so?
Let's jump around. Let's do this, okay? Allow me to give some examples. How about when, so David, Timothy Olyphant, the two main people, David and his wife, Judy, they're in the house. And I hate this part right off the bat because she's like, there's somebody outside. And he looks and the barn light is on. Wouldn't she be like, is the barn light on?
No, I thought the same thing, but then I thought, you're used to like your house and stuff, and you get that feeling like.
Also, if she's been home all day and he just got home, like.
If she looked out the window and saw the door kind of open or the light on, she'd be like, "That was closed a minute ago." You know?
Yeah.
Like you can just tell. You get that feeling in your own house when somebody's like messing around.
But like.
Also, I just kind of assumed she saw somebody walking into the barn.
Yeah,
I guess. I just, I thought, I seen that scene and I'm like, wouldn't you just be like, did you go in the barn for any reason? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Jumping to conclusions, fine. But, so he goes out there, right? And he's looking in the barn. He's looking in the barn. And he hears his wife scream from like 20 miles away because it's a far distance between the barn and the house. And maybe I'm reading this scene wrong. But they pull him out. There's like all these military dudes, and there's a bus and a Humvee.
Was there?
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm like,
there was literally a school bus.
Oh.
and so as like they throw him on the bus and everything, and like these vehicles leave, it's like, and I'm like, you didn't hear this shit approaching?
It's
See,
a
I kind-
soundproof barn.
What's going on? I don't know. Right now, I don't know any more than you do.
Please take the first open seat. Funny thing happened on the way to Cedar Rapids. Bastard spiked my tires. One of these fuckers, man.
Let's fast forward to when they're trying to make their escape. And I will come back to this because, there's so many other things I want to talk about. And I hate this. Movies do this, and it makes no damn sense. Okay, they're driving in this old car, and they're making their escape. It's now David, Judy, Russell, and Becca.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
they're driving in this car. And all of a sudden, it's like, a helicopter flies by. You didn't hear this thing approaching.
Yeah.
I can hear a helicopter way up in the sky, like from miles away. This thing is like literally 2 feet above their car.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when the car rolls out later and it explodes
Yes.
and they shoot it and he flies away. And I'm like, how did they not hear that the entire time?
Yes. There's so many moments of sound where it's like they don't play it until it's visible. It
Yeah.
makes
That's
no sense.
That's one of those cliche like horror movie tropes I was talking about
Yeah.
that this movie has.
Did you see it?
I don't know.
Honey.
Oh, shit.
Guys, it's turning around. It's coming back to us.
Let's
We
go.
gotta get out of here. We gotta go. We gotta get back to our hurry. The helicopter's coming.
Let's go.
There was a car wash in the middle of nowhere, an automated car wash.
Yeah.
Like
I guess
alright,
they
sure.
had been driving for a long time. I mean, maybe.
Well, no, probably. I guess I don't know anything about these areas, but I'm just like it seemed kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So, chaos ensues. And I could be wrong, correct me if you guys think otherwise, but they make military people look incompetent in this movie.
Yeah.
That's probably fair.
I thought the
I
same
honestly,
thing.
I think that's pretty fitting. No offense to the military. Like, well, you gotta think like they say. Well, the guys literally said. I believe they said they're just fresh out of training, sent here. And they don't even know where they are.
Okay, but it seems like they're under guidance and under like rule and whatever by the higher ups or however that. I don't know. I'm not in the military, but like even when they go to like this camp where they're sorting, it just I know they're trying to make it look confusing and disorienting and really busy, but it like we should be getting more of that from the people and not from the military personnel. Like they're just like grabbing random people and they look like they're just doing random things always.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
enjoyed the pickup truck driving through the barrier because I could just imagine like some rednecks like, "Let's get him, boss!"
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you ain't
Yeah.
gonna take our town. No, 100%. But this is the weird part for me. Okay, this didn't make sense. I went and read a synopsis, and I'm like, oh, okay, I could kind of see this. But if you're watching this, unless I'm just dumb, which could be,
It's happened before.
yes, I didn't get this. Like, okay, so there's all these military people. They're taking all these people. They're treating all these people, and there's these huge camps. And right after that truck scene crashes in, and people just scatter, everybody disappears.
Well-
Am I the only one? Like after that scene, there's like a truck here, a couple
Were they supposed
people
to stay
here.
at the truck stop and have a party, or were they supposed to run?
No, they weren't even at the. They weren't at the truck stop in this one, were they?
No, that
Is
was,
it was like a high school or something.
That
I
was the
think.
high school, yeah.
But like, it's weird because you have this entire town of people, not to mention all this military personnel.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, but that was before they captured everybody, not after. Because I thought that was weird too.
This was like during though.
Wait,
This was all everything
was
happening at
happening?
once. Right? Okay, so they captured all the people. They took everybody to I can't believe I almost forgot this. They took everybody to the Quick Fill, that big service station. And that's when Timothy Olyphant's like, I don't care if you don't love your wife.
Oh, right.
I'm out of here. And I hated this. The truck passes and he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Was he a ninja?
Like, did he just, like, hop on it real quick and just ride it away?
Once again, another trope that kind of annoyed me in this movie.
Because here's the thing. Even if he did grab onto the truck, nobody sees this.
Yeah.
Well, no, like
I think he just, like, walked away.
the
But,
truck
like,
was
just,
going to
like,
the left. He walked to
really
the right.
quickly.
It's out of frame.
It's so
He's
stupid.
just gone.
I'm just like, and like that was like a cringeworthy moment
That's
for
some
me.
Yeah.
sheriff ninja skills
Yeah,
right there.
it's something. But okay,
Yeah.
so okay, there's the Quick Fill. Everybody's gathering up there. So then he makes his way kind of back to like the high school area. Maybe
No,
I
he-
have all this
I think
wrong.
you have
he
it
goes
backwards.
after he
No,
leaves,
yeah.
No, I'm right.
he goes to the sheriff's office.
Yeah,
no, he
to get a
doesn't.
gun.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he finds Russell.
And then Russell was the one who said your wife's at the high school or whatever.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then he's like, let's go.
All right.
And
yeah.
by that
okay, I
point,
forgot about that.
by that point, if you think like they had
That's
driven them
how
out there and
guns
he
work.
had to walk away, so a few hours have passed. That's why there's nobody at the school.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, but no, before all of this, before all of this, he's like, something's going on here. Something's bad. My phone's not working. There's this
Yes,
airplane.
yeah.
He walks outside. The woman's on her bike, like, tee.
Oh,
Yes.
And it's like, how is everybody suddenly gone? And everybody seems to know about this,
Right.
except for the sheriff, who's just like in the middle of town, didn't realize everybody just
Yeah.
took off.
Yeah.
Why?
And
That
I
That
weird.
love
was a
that scene.
weird moment.
Okay, so that was before he went into the morgue, right? And has the
Yes,
first encounter.
this is
Yeah.
before all that. I'm sorry. I am all over the place. I get it. I'm sorry.
No, that was a weird scene. I assumed they had already started rounding people up at that point.
But how did you not see it? There was no
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hummers or buses or
there was
anything.
one like weird suburban.
Yes, and I love that when he sees it, it's like, okay, this is weird. Yeah, and it's just like, burp, it just takes off, and I'm like, that was a bit much. You could have just like,
Yeah, you literally like the dude's on foot. You could have drove
know.
away at any speed and probably been
Maybe
fine.
he thought it was going to be like a Terminator moment where he's just like,
seriously, he was like 3 or 4 blocks away, and the moment he kind of like gets into like a light jog, like, oh shit, and they just jet.
yeah.
And I wore less than all.
Here's the thing. He's in the room saving his wife. He looks out the window. This is when the truck comes in, releases the Crazies, right? Am I wrong? Is this not that part? I thought he was capturing his wife when this shit happened.
Capturing his wife? Is that how you get a wife?
Yikes.
You just like put a burlap sack over her head. You're mine now.
You know nothing about marriage, my friend. I don't know. All I'm saying is, when I'm
No,
watching...
I can't remember the exact
Okay.
timeline of how this goes.
You know what? Screw it. Screw the
So no-
timeline.
okay, no, yeah.
That's
the
what they said
breakout
in
with the
writing.
truck happens before he gets there.
Okay,
'Cause
fine.
that's how the Crazies are in the school killing people.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But here's the thing. There's all the military people. There's this entire like the population is like 1,260. I wrote it down right there.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay.
It. You were trying to remember, but it's right there.
Okay, but so here's the thing: there's that many people, and they have a bunch of them in this little fenced-in quarantine area. When the truck comes in and busts them out, they take off running, and there's all these military people. But after that scene, aside from a couple people here and a couple people there, there's like nobody. There's nobody.
Or perhaps like when they walk out the front door of the school and there's hundreds of bodies because that's all the people died.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like the Crazies went crazy, obviously, and they're fighting the people, and
The
there's
military would have
guns
obviously
and
got the hell
just
out of
killing
there.
everybody.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I just all I'm saying is you can place and piece together however this went down in your own head, but they don't convey any of it.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I think that was the scene that's supposed to convey it, is when they walk out of the front of the high school and there's just bodies everywhere, and the old lady's going to walk up to each body being crazy. You remember that?
Wait,
it was
the lady's
so
gonna walk
dumb.
up to each body.
Yeah, literally, as they're walking up, there's just this old lady walking up asking each body a question.
Oh, I don't know if I remember that.
Have you
They cut to
accepted
her like
Jesus
3 times.
as your Lord and Savior?
Yeah, I didn't know what she
Yeah.
was saying. I thought she was like trying to look for someone
Yeah,
or
she was
something.
looking for someone.
Yeah.
But I think that was supposed to imply that people don't all go crazy the same. Like, they don't always go murderous. They just go crazy.
Well,
They also had the bike person, which I think implied that as well.
the bike person.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the
they
one
could've done
crazy
without
lady.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was from the original Crazies. I did not know this was a remake.
The same woman?
That was the same woman from the original from
Wow.
1973.
That's
Same
why I made,
actress?
That's why I made sure to
For
link.
real? Like the same person?
He's like
Yeah.
I'm so confused. What is
blowing your mind
What
right
can't
now.
you wrap your head around?
They got the same woman to play that?
They got the same woman from the original 1973 Crazies movie to ride that bike.
And they got her to ride a bike.
Like
know.
crutches or something. I
That
don't
is
know.
Get
crazy.
this. Get this.
Amazing.
She laughed.
Yes, that was the same
So, like,
lady.
was she the lead actress of the original, or was she
I'm
just
not.
the person?
I
from
didn't
it?
really look into
It's
it.
like, oh
Just
yeah,
know
it's
that
like
she rides a bike. And
it's like she just literally wasn't a random extra in the background. She actually didn't move. She would play a body.
Yeah. No. Oh man, what was I trying to say? Oh. This is where I feel time doesn't make sense, though, right? Because he goes from that compound to his sheriff's office to get a gun, then from there to the high school, and it seems like all this goes really quickly. And then it's like, okay, well, we need to make it to my house because I have an old car we could throw together, but it's like 7 miles away, 5 miles if we cut through this farm field. And it seems like it takes them forever.
5 miles is a long way.
5 miles is a long way. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm getting at is it takes them so long to get from there to his house. And then from his house back to the I mean, like, this took like,
Well, wait,
like
wasn't
a
it
day
already-
or two. And what I don't understand is if that's the case, how the hell did he get back so damn quickly in the first place to save his wife?
from the sheriff's to the school.
Well,
I'm so lost.
sure. I mean, all I'm saying is everything seems like it's 8 million miles away when they have to go from, once they
They're
meet
country
back up.
miles.
All I'm saying is he leaves the compound he's like, hey, I'm out of here. I'm going to save my wife. He ninjas on the back of a car, and he is like there in no time. So unless the car conveniently took him right to where he needed to go, this doesn't make
Maybe
sense.
it's not far away. It's like on the other side of the street.
Maybe his house is just middle.
Do we
fucking
have a
nowhere.
map of the town?
Oh my God, no! But I know they gave the measurements of distance.
Gave the measurements.
They gave 5 miles to get to his house to get the car, and then apparently it was another 20 miles to the quick fill place.
I feel like
This took
should,
forever.
This episode should cut to like we have like a model of the city. Now, if he drives here, it will take him exactly this amount of time.
We might be
Yes.
able to figure out because they do show that map of where the water and everything goes.
Yeah. Oh.
So if we play it back, pause it, we might be able to map it out.
It seemed odd. It seemed odd, like the scene where they finally get back to his house, right? Finally gets back. It is now morning. This is what drives me nuts, right? It is morning. It is like sun's coming up, bright
That
and early.
happens.
All right, bright and early. So we have a brand new day, and they don't get to the quick fill till later that night. Bullshit, but whatever. Sure. Okay, brand new day. They're at his house, and the wife is in the nursery with a couple of crazies.
Yeah.
Why didn't she get killed? This was so long and drawn out.
Of course she's not going to get killed.
Well, I know, but they could have presented it in a different way.
Oh, you know what I hate? I'm surprised you didn't say anything about this because I know it bothers you too.
What?
How in every suspenseful, thriller, horror, anything like that has a woman in it, at one point or another, when something bad's about to happen, she's like, but I'm pregnant.
Oh, yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, wasn't that because she was going under anesthesia? Which is you're not supposed to do to pregnant women.
I don't know.
but it's like they always
And she's
try
a doctor,
to.
so she's supposed to know, like, hey, don't do this. It's really bad.
They always try to make the movie more dramatic by
Yep.
she's pregnant.
So,
So
I
you
gotta
know
question, is
she's
the baby
not
gonna
gonna
be
die.
crazy?
I don't know.
Just come out swinging.
Well, okay, so wait. So she's in the room with a crazy that doesn't kill her. Instead, apparently takes the time to take rope and such to tie and gag her to a chair. Then Timothy Olyphant comes in there, and they're like gonna strangle him on the floor.
Well, yeah, because they want to kill her in front of him
Oh.
to make him feel her pain.
This is really drawn out.
Yeah.
This is what I was trying to say, is the crazies don't just all go murderous zombie rampage, because they aren't zombies. They're just crazy people.
Yeah, they all have their
do-
own thing.
They do their own weird crazy
Okay,
thing.
they do their own weird crazy thing, but I wish they would have made this more
Yeah.
apparent, because the first three people right from the get-go were like, I'm just killing. I'm just
I
killing.
feel like the majority of the crazies were just like, I'm gonna kill you as quickly as possible. And
Yes.
every now and then, when it's like appropriate for the story, they're
Exactly.
like, let's
Yeah.
just have this one that doesn't kill people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're going to murder your wife, point the gun for 5 minutes, click. I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
And it's like, what?
it's like when the bad evil villain guy has to tell his whole plan to the good guy just long enough so he can escape.
Okay, wait though. So here's the thing. If Timothy, a.k.a. David, was not infected, he is infected now.
I
That's
always
what I
think
was-
that.
That's what I
But-
was thinking.
They didn't necessarily say that you were definitely gonna get infected.
But yeah, when he took the knife, his knife hand was like, bam, to the throat, and pulled the knife from her neck
Yeah.
out through his hand. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you got
Right?
it now, man. Yeah, yes, you got
I
it
was
now.
going to say, besides the crazy, I always think like, oh, you got to get checked out after
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
There's something going on.
But yeah, this all took way too long. It was overly dramatic. It was horrible. And then when he was still gonna die from the sun, Russell was outside, crack shot and eagle eye, by the way.
Yeah.
How did he see this shit going down through I don't know how far he is on the ground.
He's
This is
a
a story
good deputy.
up. And this is like he's got an inch of a crack of a curtain. How can he even see what the hell is going on?
He been hunting since he was like 3 years old. Out in the backwoods, he know how to
The bayou.
see it and shoot
And I
him.
also don't think it had a scope. If it did, I didn't see it.
Didn't that one have a scope?
Didn't
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a rifle at that point.
Yeah.
I guess. I just assumed it was a rifle, no scope, scopeless rifle. I don't know, but okay. This scene was fantastic. And then they get the car, they're driving. This, if you pay attention, there's a couple things that just don't line up. They're driving along. They're driving along. And the camera shows the car wash. It is like literally right here.
Oh.
And then it goes back to them, and they're driving for so much farther.
Yeah.
I
And then
love
even when
the-
they turn, they still have to go up a little ways. Like, that doesn't make
I
any
love
sense.
do you
when
know
they're
what speed
driving
they're
the
driving?
car.
What?
Maybe they're going 1 mile an hour. That's why it took so long.
No, I'm looking out the window as they're driving. It's like, they're hightailing it.
They're all sitting in the car in the awkward silence, and the one girl lets out a single cough because she's trying not to. that hits a little different than the first time I saw the movie.
I felt that though.
I know.
You know,
Been there.
like
I'm going to die.
yeah, with the Corona and everything. You're at a store and it's like,
Yeah. The worst part is she obviously had to cough, so eventually she just has to cough,
Yeah.
and it's like you get that moment where everyone is staring at her. It's
Oh, yeah. Got to put her down. Then they go in this car wash.
Oh,
this was the worst
this
scene in the
bothers
movie.
me so
This-
much.
Like, I don't under his car is in park. How it's pulling his car, don't know.
And he he like right into the track.
Yes. Yes.
What?
Yeah. So he Tokyo drifts into this bad boy, and then the things grab the wheels after some crazies turn it all on, and it is pulling the car.
Also,
let me just tell you right now, real quick.
I've never run a car wash before, but this place was completely dead. It was shut off. Nothing was running.
Yes.
And as soon as he pulls in and parks, every single thing in the place turns on at once. You're telling me that's all on one switch?
Oh, yeah, but there were like multiple crazies there. They're probably in there like, wait for him. Okay, click, 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 click.
Yeah, how long were they waiting? How did they know that someone's going to show up at there? Like,
I don't
dang.
know. But like, I will say, I have pulled into a car wash before and had it in park before putting it in neutral. And you know what happens? It goes, and it just goes under your tire. Oh. I know from experience. And I mean, I also feel like I don't care how bald those tires are. I think you'd get out of there.
Gunned it, yeah.
Yeah, I thought the whole thing was weird. It's like the car wash turns on. They're like, no, car wash.
Didn't that feel like the longest car wash too?
Yes,
it didn't look that
big. It was like super small, and it's kind of like the Wonka tunnel. It just goes on forever. Oh man, no. Okay, the ending.
It did lead to my favorite death in the movie, though.
Oh yes,
That was dumb.
No, that wasn't the best one.
That was my
was
favorite.
That's when Becca.
Dumb or not, it was my
the guy
favorite.
comes down, is like wraps her up with a hose, and she's pulled out of the car.
And dies
That was good.
I
instantly,
didn't like
though.
that.
Yeah,
Why
but
did
it
she
might have
die
snapped her neck.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I just don't think so. It
It
wasn't
also-
that forceful. She just kind of got
that
dragged
It
out
wasn't
by it.
forceful. They
That
were
was-
gunning it.
Yeah, that was right after they gunned it. They wrapped her neck.
They weren't going that fast.
I don't
They
know, man.
gunned it so fast that they made it like 5 feet out
You know
of
what?
the.
That is
out
I
of
mean,
the
when they
thing.
used to hang
It was
people, they
just,
only
like,
fell like
rolling.
3 feet.
Yeah.
Going 20 miles an hour at that speed definitely could do it.
Let's give it a try.
Yeah.
You know.
Tell me how this makes sense. His plan originally was to get his wife and go back to the quick fill because, like, hey, they're putting everybody on buses and getting us to safety. He's had multiple encounters with the military who just want to kill them. And it wasn't until the end where he makes it back to the quick fill place. He's like, I don't get it. It was like Grand Central Station yesterday. I'm like, holy shit, this is still your plan? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense. I would be like, okay, they're trying to kill us. I am not going to where the military people are. It's not going to happen.
Not even that. If everyone, like, by this point, he knows people are going crazy and they're all just out of it.
Yes.
Why would you go to the biggest concentration of people around you?
That's a genius plan.
I don't know. I kind of thought that from like the start when the military is like trying to get everybody situated
Yeah.
and find out who's infected and who's not. And he's like, I gotta get out of here. I'm thinking, if this is that bad that people are going around killing each other and it's in the water and like there's this big, whatever, what's his plan to escape, go somewhere else where he can spread his germies and then it's going to be even worse?
Yeah.
What's he trying to do? What's the end goal?
I think he feels like he's not infected, so he's okay. He's okay to leave. And
They checked his temperature and he was fine, so he can go home now.
yeah, exactly. I sense no danger here. I love two things I love about this, right? Okay, so they get to where the road is blocked, and this is the biggest obstacle. Russ is going to be like, I got this. I'll be the distraction because I'm dying anyway. You guys, I'll be happy to know that you guys made it out safe. This distraction was unnecessary. Completely.
That's why I was annoyed, though, because, like, he's crazy. You saw, like, he just decided to shoot the already dead people in the head a bunch of times.
Yes. Well, I'm not sure.
Why now is it like, I don't want to hurt people, so I'm going to unload this gun before I go for my distraction?
I hated
Yeah.
that. I hated that.
I didn't
But
like it
here's
either.
the thing. I know why they did it. They didn't want you to feel that Russ was a bad guy. And it's the only way, because here's the thing. If he didn't unload it and he pulled it, you would think maybe he might have really shot them. And it's military people. You don't want to shoot them. They're just doing what they're ordered, right? Like, they're bad guys, but they're not really bad guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he had to unload the gun first, because I thought that too. I'm like, this makes no sense. It doesn't matter if you're just doing it as a distraction and you know you're going to get shot. But if he doesn't do it, you think he might have went to shoot them. It's pointless, I know,
Well,
but you got to make him look like a good guy.
Yeah, didn't like that. That was actually the worst part.
I also hate that, like, the other guys, they needed the gun. You didn't even need it. You could have just went up there and been like, shot you. You didn't need the gun.
That is actually really true.
Not only that, they gave him the semi-automatic handgun, which I'm assuming it looked like had a full magazine.
Yeah.
And this man kept a revolver that he's been popping shells into the whole movie.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I don't know, but it's a good thing that he took all the attention off them so they could walk off 5 feet and get around this barricade, impenetrable barricade.
Yeah, they
So
only
stupid.
do the road, not like,
Yeah.
because no one can go around a road.
Looking for cars. Nobody's stupid enough to go on foot. Okay.
Yeah, these
Whatever.
rednecks sure aren't going to have off-road vehicles.
They get to this quick fill place.
Can I interrupt for a quick
Yeah,
second?
go for it.
That place is gigantic.
Thank you!
It's like a mall. It's huge. I'm thinking of like a little gas station thing, and it's
Yes!
just like giant.
I've been to truck stops like that are huge like that.
They're that big?
Yeah.
That had like corridors
Wait a
and
minute.
wings.
In like the
and-
middle of nowhere.
Hang on, though.
Nowhere?
Isn't Iowa known for, like, the world's biggest truck stop, though?
Is it really?
I think it is. Maybe they just have big truck stops in Iowa. Maybe a lot of
Wow.
truckers.
Oh, man.
If they
that's
grow
cool.
a lot of food, they're going to have a lot of trucks,
I-
and they're going to need a big truck stop.
I did think the
guess so.
same thing. I'm so glad because, yeah, they're walking all over the place. I get that this is like a gas station, service station, but this place is
I mean, like,
ginormous.
Yeah.
It's like we have one near here that's literally a restaurant, a store. It's got showers. It's huge.
I guess. I don't
It
know.
just seemed like it went on forever.
It really did. But maybe this is just me. It is like he hears a walkie-talkie. It's T minus 10 minutes. Now everything else in this movie, oh my God, took days.
Yeah.
Took days. This 10 minutes took days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It always, yeah.
It took so long. And I'm like, oh my God. And I get they're trying to like ramp up the they're trying to ramp up this I was gonna say suspicion. The suspense.
Yeah.
But like I'm just, oh my God, can this just be over? It wasn't horrible, right? But like they really just were dragging this on. All right, let's see what everybody thinks of this movie by going into final thoughts and ratings. Mike, this is your pick, so let's go with Russell. You seem like you enjoyed it.
It was fine.
It was fine.
I think that for this kind of thriller, like, government conspiracy movie thing, it was just a 5. And there's no penis today.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
What?
You know? I think I'm outgrowing the penis.
I'm stunned.
Wow, 5.
Um,
That's actually a little bit more I thought you'd give it.
It's exactly what you would expect that kind of movie to be, which is a very basic movie. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but there's some suspenseful scenes. You know, there's stuff going on. It's fine. It's just fine. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just there.
It's just a movie.
Yeah.
A fine 5 from Russell. Lydia, what are you giving the Crazies?
I had a hard time because I was like, because I do like the movie.
Yeah.
But it's not one of my most favorites, especially when I rewatched it last night for everything. I was just like, oh, yeah.
When you got to pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you really have to, yeah, I'm going to get it 6.5.
Ooh, 6.5.
Yeah, I thought it was all right.
All right. I'm going to go next. Save you for last.
Oh God.
It was okay. No, actually, I had a good time watching it. It wasn't that bad. Like, there were some laughable moments for sure. And I think this could come in like a double feature with Army of the Dead. Because I'm picking up very similar vibes from this movie. So anyway, I'm going to give this one a 6.
Thought it was a 9 for a second. I was just fucking blown away.
And look at this flower.
Oh.
Very pretty. Mike, what are you giving the Crazies?
So I'll just follow everyone else. Yeah, it was okay. I did not enjoy this as much as the first time I'd seen it. And a lot of the things, like, I just really got annoyed by the deputy going crazy, then going back from crazy.
Yeah.
That kind of ruined it.
Okay.
I actually gave it the lowest score, 4.5.
Wow. I thought you might give it the highest, actually.
I kind of thought you'd be the highest, too.
I was thinking it'd be like 7 from you.
What's funny is I was going to give it, like, around a 6. But just thinking about all those scenes I didn't like, I was like, you know what? There's a lot of this movie I didn't like. I'm going to lower it a little bit.
Yeah.
Huh. All right, not bad, not bad. All right, well, that is it for this week's episode. Be sure to join us next week when it's Lydia's Pick. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that jazz, and we will see you then. That's a horrible.
When you say all that jazz, can you insert like a little...
I will insert that clip.
Could you imagine if we get popular enough as movie critics, like it'll be on the back and it'll be like, Rewind Guys gives the Crazies a... It's okay. You have a bagel?
It's not debatable.
I have French toast flavored bagels.
How excited you got. I haven't seen you that excited since you were talking about Gugon.
Oh, it's the best.
I also like that as we're doing this, there's all these like colorful like chalks, and there's like this little flower drawing, and it just looks like craft time.
We had some fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we have fun on this show. I didn't see it the first time. Second time I'm watching this, and I see this, and I am laughing because it is so stupid. As he's passing the alleyway.
Oh, yeah.
There's the two baseball kids in the dumpster like...
Yeah, they were just punching the dumpster.
And
that
I'm like,
was so good.
What the hell?
They weren't even crazy. That's just what they do for fun on the weekend.
Like their pregame, you know?